Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week we talk about how to love ourselves, others, and a higher nature, how to improve our finances, career, health, relationships, and spirituality. And today we have a special guest today at the LA Times Book Festival, live. We have Jackeline Cacho, who is a Miss Peru 1994, a model, television presenter, Despierta America. She's an Emmy nominee for her best educational Spanish program and presenter of women's conferences throughout the world about how to eradicate anxiety and depression in a natural way. And she is the author of Mochila Emocional.
Yes.
And very good, there it is. And welcome to the show. Mucho gusto, Jacqueline, de conocerte.
Dr. Avila, un placer. What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Yeah, it is. Now, you say you've been through anxiety and panic.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, let me say hello to all the listeners today and everybody that is watching. I'm very happy to be at Los Angeles Times Book Fair. This is my first time with my Mochila Emocional. I'm carrying this mochila, this emotional backpack, through different, events in different countries, because I believe more than ever it's important to talk about mental health. Anxiety is something that after pandemic we have developed more and more. They say now then from every 10 persons in the world, 7 is experience anxiety, depression, or panic attacks. So now these days it's important to talk about it and how to eliminate, this enemy that comes and goes in our life. To me, it's very important to do a reset in your thinking. Your thoughts are, in control of your actions. And it's important as well to surround with the positive people and the people that you love, because love really heals your heart. And one other thing to me is very important: what are you eating? Because if you're eating, all this chatarra food, all this fast food, you're not drinking enough water, you are eating a lot of candies all the time. Candy is my dog, but no candies in my life, because I believe that all this poison our system. So what are you eating? Who are you surrounding with? And most importantly, what are your thoughts? What are you feeling? And what are your actions? Because your emotions will dictate your actions, and your thoughts are important, and you have to reset that, So today I feel very happy to be with you, Doctor, because more and more I think, we have to do that, talk with our kids, talk to our youth, and our husbands and wives, sit down at the table and talk what is happening, why are we feeling all this.
Yes. Jacqueline, you have a lot of energy.
Thank you.
Mucha energía. Pero dime, tú tuviste ansiedad.
Yo tuve ansiedad 7 años. Sí.
¿Y qué te pasó?
Mira, yo tuve un accidente de tráfico en el 2004.
Oh, okay.
Fue un rollover con 3 coches que me estampé.
Oh.
Y la ansiedad comenzó a desarrollarse. Pero yo no creo que fue la razón del accidente. Yo pienso que la ansiedad radica en una raíz emocional que se abraza con tus memorias, que se abraza con tus recuerdos, ¿verdad? Cuando uno se abraza de esos recuerdos negativos que te hacen daño, you don't let go, no lo perdonas, no lo dejas ir, se va guardando en tu mochila, en esa mochila emocional que todos cargamos, y guardas resentimiento, guardas dolor, guardas enojo, ¿no? Y todo eso se va creando cosas negativas. So your storage in your heart starts to be full of all these negative thoughts and emotions, rencor, ira, odio. So, doctor, cuando eso pasa en nuestro corazón, eso nos va a hacer daño en nuestra mente y nos va a hacer daño en nuestro cuerpo, ¿no?
So, Jacqueline, there was a very serious car accident. It was a rollover.
It was a rollover.
And then you started having anxiety after that.
After that.
Okay. But you're saying it may have been triggered by something from before. So the accident may have re-triggered some earlier trauma maybe, or something that happened?
It happened that my dad got sick when I was 11.
Okay.
And he passed away when I was 17.
Wow.
And I found my dad having a heart attack when I was 17.
So you discovered his
I discovered him
body.
dead.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I discovered his body.
That's pretty hard.
And it was very traumatic.
Yes.
But you know what I thought, doctor?
Yes.
Then if I leave Peru, because I'm originally from Peru,
Yes.
when I moved to the United States, I left all the negative experience in my country.
Right.
And that was the biggest lie I couldn't do to myself. That was the bigger lie.
So then the car accident re-triggered it.
Yes.
Brought it back.
But in those days, I never really realized that because it was years later.
Uh-huh.
It was 2004,
Right, the accident.
So I was already a journalist. I was in Univision. I was doing, very good, making a lot of money, very successful. So what was the reason why I was feeling helpless at night, and I had to go to the emergency room, and then feeling like, oh my God, I'm living two lives, So what is going on?
Exactly.
So I went through my own journey. And doctor, it was the best decision I took because I didn't want to take any pills. They prescribed me Xanax and Prozac and all this stuff.
Right.
I am totally against it. I believe then pills only numb you and don't fix what you really have to fix.
Right.
So more these days we are seeing this. What I'm talking is not something new, but it's something that it takes with your decision. You have to make a decision that you want to go into that journey. Then it's a lot of tears, probably a lot of acceptance, probably a lot of forgive. You have to forgive yourself, forgive other people, and let it go. Like the song says, let it go.
Well, actually, she was here, the sister of the famous singer.
Wow.
Indira Menzel.
Oh, wow.
Her sister wrote a book called Sisters.
Oh, beautiful.
She was talking about...
let it go, yes.
Let it go. Well, something, I work in forensic psychology.
Yes.
I deal with victims of car accidents and other traumas.
Yes.
So we find that sometimes someone has a trauma from the past is re-triggered by the current accident.
Yes.
And I call it the eggshell skull client. Eggshell is like, huevos.
Yes. Los huevos, las cáscaras.
Who's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Maybe they were abused as a kid or they had another accident.
Exactly.
Now they have a new trauma and that brings back all those memories.
Exactly.
Now some people are what we call steel skull. They actually become stronger with trauma and develop that. So were you a eggshell or a steel skull before?
I believe that it was very strong,
When you had when you had the panic, were you weak or strong?
It was, the panic attack, it was very strong.
Yeah, no, but you personally, did it affect you a lot? Were you very sensitive to it?
Yes.
Okay, but you had to become stronger over time.
Yes.
Now,
and I believe, doctor, also, then we, like people in the media, I am in the media, I am a TV personality, we portray this personality and we're strong, we're in control, we're tough, But at the end of the day, unlike any other woman, that I want to be hugged by my husband, I want to be crying, in my mom's shoulder, and that vulnerability, we have to accept it. And that's, I think, a key for a lot of the people that are maybe listening or understanding this conversation. We are all vulnerables. And when I think, I decide to be vulnerable and understand my past and forgive, that I didn't have the chance to enjoy my father until now, because he passed when I was 17 and he was sick when I was 11. So I forgive. I was vulnerable and I decided to say, life gave me that to experience and there's nothing I can change about it. So, and the anxiety, doctor, when I start to analyzing that, accepting that, changing my way of eating, my way of thinking, the anxiety went away. And it was very interesting because people, they saw me. They did articles and they thought that I was, with a cancer or something because I was going to the doctor so often. So I said, no, I was so intimidated. I was in fear every night to be alone and confronting that anxiety, that monster that was coming, visiting me, the panic attacks. But I took, como dicen en español, tomé el toro por los cuernos. Tomé el toro por los cuernos y los mandé, como decimos en Perú, doctor, los mandé al carajo. Los mandé al carajo.
I like that.
Sí.
But I was going to say that, para latinos también, eso es algo difícil porque no expresan sus emociones.
Mucho.
Cuando hay trauma. And in psychology, we call it, there's machismo and also marianismo.
Sí.
Marianismo is the woman's very strong. She doesn't want to express it because she has to be strong for the family. And also machismo a little bit.
Yeah.
So that could be an issue. How do you reach that? ¿Cómo te ayudan los latinos hispanos que tienen ese problema de ansiedad, de trauma? Y no quería un psicólogo porque piensa que va...
Que está loco. Que está loco.
Exactly.
That was the other thing, yes.
That's the old way, but do you talk to people like that?
Yes, I talk to people, I do therapy, and now I am finally, I received my master in positive psychology,
very nice.
en inteligencia emocional, en el bienestar de la salud del ser humano. So I talk to people and I say, look, at the end of the day, we're all the same. But women, Latino women, have this tendency to be quiet. Everything is a secret. We don't accept that we have problems because we want to look my perfect marriage, my perfect family. Yes, exactly. So we say, stop. You know, we have to say stop because at the end of the day, you're hurting and you're inherit that to your kids. Oh, don't say anything. Be quiet. Don't share that you've been abused by your dad. Don't share that you've been maybe, something happened in your childhood that you cannot share. So we have to start talking and speaking out and stop, romper ese silencio. Romper ese silencio y compartir lo que está pasando actualmente. Yo creo, doctor, que crecimos en una cultura que es por mi culpa, por mi culpa, por mi gran culpa. So we carry that, we think that everything is our fault. Yes. And that's the biggest lie, So we have to be free and we have to be thankful. Thankful that we have so much to give and then we have to find our purpose in life. Okay. I found my purpose, doctor, and I am more thankful than ever.
So what is your purpose?
My purpose is to continue inspire my community. Okay. My purpose is to use my talents in a positive way. We have a national TV show called Latino Triumphs, nice. And I feel very proud to put stories of regular people with extraordinary stories. Then we can show what a better way to encourage our youth through examples. So that's my goal, and we've been doing that for 10 years. So, and now with my emotional backpack, in my Mochila Emocional, in my next book coming up, I believe that we're going to awake our inner power. I believe in our inner power, because if we have a body, then we can see, but we don't have a spirit, then we can see, but we can feel. We have to be awake, then we are a whole being, so...
So I'm learning, I guess, you're saying 3 keys of tres alimentos. You say diet.
Yes.
You said
La
gratitude.
dieta. Yes.
And you say meaning or purpose.
Meaning or purpose.
Are very important, powerful things to master anxiety. And see that? And also, I guess, to be who you want to be, right? To be happy.
Yes.
To be free.
Because imagine to live a life without a purpose. Or to live a life, be walking in life or waking up every morning without even knowing where your life is going or why you're existing, Right. So I invite the people that are watching or listening today to realize every morning just to look to the sky and just open your eyes and connect today, your purpose today, because you have a wonderful purpose in life.
Yes, definitely. And also, Love University, our theme is love yourself, others, and the higher nature.
Yes.
And also to love without expectation.
Yes.
Which is, Christians call it agape, or other religions call it karuna, compassion, or other things. Now, it's very rare to find that in adult relationships, but you often see it. You bought a dog. With the dog and the master, you see that unconditional love.
Yes.
Also, the parent and the small child.
Yes, of course.
But why is it that is missing in adult relationships? People are very conditional. If you do this, then I love you or not.
Because we don't understand that love is unconditional, doctor. And when we give love, it's like flourishing. Every time that you give love, you're flourishing. And when you give I am 17 years married with my husband. And love is not perfect, but the relationship is not perfect. Love is perfect, because when I truly love him, we can heal anything. We can recover anything. So, and I think we should talk about that more, because now we see so many divorces, and then that's when we see wounds in our hearts.
Okay. I'm taking a question from the audience.
Yes, my friend.
Man, can you come here? She's talking about unconditional love and anxiety. What question would you like to ask for that?
Question about what?
Love and anxiety.
I think too.
She's a refugee from Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
Who was in a war-torn country. She was under the underground shelter for 35 days.
So I'm sure that you had anxiety about all the uncertainty you suffer. Correct? Because you confront, yes? So what was the decision that you make to get rid of that anxiety? Or you still have the anxiety?
What about my decision?
Anxiety, how do you deal with fear?
Yeah.
When you're down in the underground. Well, give her some advice. So she,
of course,
she lived through this horrible circumstance, right? Traumatic. You can sit down. No food and water for how many days?
For 35 days.
35 days, hardly any food or water.
Wow.
With 60 people underground.
Wow.
Dark place, and she survived.
And do you have nightmares?
Nightmare.
No, they're very bad for
You
you.
have bad dreams.
You have bad dreams?
Bad dreams?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a happy person.
You're a happy, so you don't remember none of that.
It was a very hard experience, but I forgot about it because today I have a new life, new pages, and I have.
And she made the decision, you see? She made the decision to move on and not forget, because we never forget, but just to move on. That was a very hard experience,
Yes.
but you're so beautiful, and you know, and you have so much to give in this world. So I'm sure then you're very happy to be here, my friend. Yeah.
About my life that I'm happy. It's so important thing in my life. So important.
Yes, and to be
I
happy.
can food, I can everything.
Yes, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you for that,
I'm so
question.
happy to see her.
So she's saying a new life, new pages.
Yes, new life, new pages.
And the same with you, right? Because you
Yes.
were almost killed in that accident.
I believe I died
Wow.
that day
So you're-
spiritually.
Okay, but not a coma, no coma, no.
No coma, no wound, no scar,
Okay.
no broken bone. This is, doctor, this is what I said to
So you were
you.
protected by angels, maybe.
It was actually a man then walk into the middle of the highway,
Wow.
then pray with me, and then nobody else could see it, only me.
Wow.
So yes, I believe in angels. I believe in God. I believe in God. You want to call it creator, you want to call it universe, you want to, whatever you want to call it, I will have to say. You have to believe in something divine because we are all divine creatures.
Yes.
You know, so when I realized all that, doctor, my life's totally changed. And yes, I believe in angels. I believe in my dog. I see in her eyes
Unconditional love.
unconditional love in her eyes.
Wow.
It's so special because I see some touch of God in her eyes. You know.
It's beautiful. Yeah, there's dogs are one of the examples of agape, unconditional
Yes,
love.
unconditional love.
So I like what you're saying now. You mentioned tú tienes creencia en Dios.
Amén.
Eso
Sí.
te ayuda.
Muy creyente.
So how does it help you everyday life?
Oh.
Let's say today maybe there's a traffic jam. You got here maybe late. There's traffic. There's problems. So how do you deal with the everyday annoyances?
I always see it, and it's always a reason for things. Like if I got late and something, like it was a traffic jam, I say, God only knows, maybe I am not having another accident. If I'm meeting a person, then I wasn't supposed to meet because I was late or it was in a different place, maybe by mistake. It was no mistakes. Mistakes doesn't exist. I believe that everything is a diosidencia. Everything has a reason in our life. Every person that we meet, and even negative situations are not negative situations.
Right.
You learn about those situations.
Right. So you say diosidencia is like a God incidence.
Yes.
Or instead of coincidence.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You can say God incidence, I guess, for
I love
for
it. God
Americans.
incidents. Yes, in English.
English version. Okay, that's kind of cool. So you don't really have, no tiene arrepentimientos or regrets. Because that's the one thing that holds a lot of people back.
Yes. No. I used to.
Yeah. You
I used to. Oh, so
Before
much.
the accident or after the accident?
I used to my whole childhood and teenager because I always blame myself that my dad died that day
okay. I see.
because I didn't arrive earlier.
Oh, okay.
And I always blame me that it was the reason why I didn't arrive earlier. Maybe he couldn't, maybe I was there to help him. Maybe I was, and that maybe doesn't exist.
Sure.
So now I understand that always things happen for a reason.
Interesting, okay.
You know?
That changed. So when did you change the regret issue?
After my car accident.
Oh, after the car accident, okay.
Yes.
Because you thought it could have been killed and that wasn't?
Yes. I thought so many things, why I found that guy and prayed for me that nobody could see it, why I didn't have any wound, any broken bones, when it was a coalition of 3 cars with a jump in the middle of the highway. Why? And it's not a why. It's the reason I believe in God want me to grow spiritually to help others. I have an organization, a non-profit organization that calls Inspire for women around the globe, and I work with United Nations to awake the inner power of a woman because doctor, the women can really change the mentality of their kids, can really inspire the husband, can really be a seed of change in society. So the women has a lot of responsibility. So if we inspire women, if we awake their inner power and make that person a person of purpose, I say, we're going to make a different world.
Wow. When did you master anxiety, or do you still have anxiety?
No, I don't. Thank God. and I never.
You mastered it.
I mastered it.
But when was that? Like a year ago or 5?
No, it took me 7 years.
7 years after the accident.
After the accident.
Okay. So you've been anxiety free for another 7 years?
2004, 7 years later.
So about 12 years you've been anxiety free.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 7 years. Yeah. But I changed not only my thoughts, but I changed my diet. So I changed my actions.
And you bought a dog too, no?
And my dog, I had her 15 years.
Wow.
15 years. I had her 1 month old, my best gift ever from my husband. Yeah. And I believe that I feel very content and happy, doctor. Yes. People always tell me, Jackie, you have this energy. Yes. You know, and I'm saying, what energy? You know, but it's because I'm happy. I truly believe in happiness.
Right, so it's a natural exuberance from the inside out.
Yes.
It's natural.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Well, it's been wonderful having you on the show. Now, where can people hear more about you? Do you have a website or a product?
I do. Please visit us, JacquelineCacho.com, Jackeline Cacho TV show on social media. Mm-hmm. Visit my organization, Inspired. You want to be part? Mm-hmm. I love for you to be part. It's a non-profit. And if you want to be part of the conferences, I do conferences all over the U.S. We're going to Singapore this year. Wow. We're going again to Sevilla. Oh. And God is continue opening doors. I don't know where, but He's taking me everywhere.
¿Y para los hispanos?
Para los hispanos, por favor, mi familia latina, visítame mi página JacquelineCacho.com, Jackie Cacho TV. Tú sabes que quiero invitarte a mi organización Inspire. Si estás aquí, eres mujer que vives en Los Ángeles o en cualquier parte del país o en cualquier parte del mundo, hablas español, únete con nosotros porque vamos a inspirarnos y despertar nuestro poder interno.
Yeah, beautiful. Wonderful having you on the show. It's been a pleasure.
I
want to have you back again.
Please, let's do it, my friend. Let's do it.
Thank Dr. you. Alex Avila, Love University. So that was a great interview live at the Los Angeles Book Festival at USC. We had an amazing time, and this is a great opportunity to interview these wonderful authors and people that have a message that's going to help others. So, Love University students, if you want to be on the show in the future, or if you have a show idea and want to comment on today's show, you can reach us at 310-226-8090. You can write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. You can visit us at loveuniversity.love. You can also download the podcast on Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Love University Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Love Letter U Podcast. And you can also go to our YouTube channel, Love University. So until next time, this is Dr. Alex Avila. It's time to put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. And class is now dismissed. Love yourself, others, and the higher nature. Until next time.